Not a lot of videos start out in the Trophy Lodge, but today I wanted to address something from the previous Medved hunt that I'm sure some of you guys picked up on in the comments, but it was a day where I basically made the video and then went out hunting, so I didn't get to look at a whole lot of that, but it was this leucistic reindeer right here, which was shot on July 23rd of 2019. I thought, when I saw the trophy rating saying 372.3, that it was a new scoring system kind of trophy that I just forgot about, but actually, with the Rancho update, all of the past animals do have like a new scoring system trophy rating listed in the lodge, but this was an old system animal. Now, I went back and looked, his trophy rating at the time was 304, but he scored like 870 something. So I think the 372 trophy rating would be about right based on Diamond being, I think, 430 now. So I'm really not sure what to make of that at this point. I'd like to leave him in this multi-mount, but I'd also like to get a proper new system edition, because this is currently the only animal in this entire trophy lodge that is not from the new scoring system, and it just feels odd. I mean, we made this lodge in February of 2020, and every other trophy is from beyond then, so I think we're going to continue the rare reindeer grind today, and maybe we can find a replacement or anything else cool out there on Medved. It's been a pretty kind map to us lately. And it would be just about right. We would start out a reindeer hunt by finding a brow bear, but kind of the point of a lot of the stuff we've been doing lately, and especially here on Medved, has been to try to get like other animals along with what we're kind of grinding for. So we only have the 7 mil today. I brought that because the leucistic reindeer we talked about at the beginning of the hunt was actually taken with the 7 mil, so I thought it'd be fun to kind of bring out that weapon because of that. But we're heading up to an area that is kind of difficult to hunt for reindeer. They're every now and then kind of like clustered in along the land here out by the ice on the north part of the map, and it's difficult to spot them. They kind of get hidden back in there, but it's an area we haven't been to much, so I wanted to start with that, and then we'll get on to some of the other areas once we kind of clear the pressure down here in the southeast. Not the most flattering way for a bear to die, all upside down, or at least his head's flipped all around there. But it was a gold level 6, 23.9, and man, I think we were good for that hard shot if not for the fact that we used the 7 mil. I'd say the 300 or the 338 would have punched through, but still not a bad track. And hopefully we can get up here to the ice now. We kind of went through these 3 lakes, and I didn't see any reindeer, so hopefully there's going to be some up in the north part of the map. I will say it helps to kind of know where some of the zones are. And that comes from our kind of previous attempts at doing the reindeer grind, and I don't remember exactly when we started this, but it was quite some time ago, and only recently we've sort of picked it back up. So I was able to look at the map and see there was a reindeer zone in that area, and that's pretty much the only reason I knew to kind of look back in this little corner, but it looked to me like there was only the one male, which is kind of unfortunate, but there's a good chance there were multiple in here at some point and we just shot them, so hopefully getting that guy down maybe is going to add some new respawns next time. And level 3, we know he's not going to be anything special, a 234.6 silver. But like I said, kind of just all about getting the respawns. Ultimately, we're hoping for the rare respawns, but one thing that I don't think we've had on this grind at all is a diamond. We've had 2 different rares, a piebald and a melanistic, but I'm not even certain there's been a troll 5 yet. They're just out here making me look stupid today. I mean, I said that it's difficult to hunt them up here because they get tucked back into the brush, and every herd of them is just out in the open, so we're definitely going to take advantage of that and bring down as many males as we can. There is a chance, I guess, that they've moved, because we haven't been up here, I would say at least since the Rancho update, so they could have done something with them, but I'm not aware of any changes to Medved in general. All the herds are just out in the open, and it's making it easy to spot them all, so definitely no complaints there. There are a ton here at this lake, and it may be a good one to kind of stay in this tripod for a bit and try to get multiple. That guy there looks a little better. I guess he just doesn't have that many points though. I'm not sure which to go for. Maybe those 2. Just try to get some of the better ones, and then there are just so many reindeer here. I think the odds of, I don't know what Rascal's doing out there, but just chilling with the reindeer, I guess. But I think the odds of some coming back have to be decently good at this spot. So I just saw... Ooh, I don't know about that shot, though. I just saw that guy went to drink, so we took the shot at the one on the right first. I think we still got him in the lungs with that follow-up. And then, I don't know, is it reasonable to try to get a shot like that in? I'm gonna say we were too far back. We'll just hit him again to try to get him down, just to kind of save on the time here. I'm surprised he's not hurt that bad, I guess. 2 shots from the M1. I think he is going to go down, but we'll sit here a minute and see what, if any, come back. I'm thinking maybe the best way to do this is try to take the shots while the reindeer are still far off, because it looks to me like they might be coming in kind of spread out. We did spook a couple of them, but I'm hoping there maybe is enough of a gap between that one and the next that we could just kind of get them as they're coming in. And that first shot, I think it was okay, but I felt it might have been a little low. And sometimes, like, one shot this close will just alert them when they're that far away, and a second one will spook them, so that may have actually been our issue, but at least we got one more male, and if they came back once, they'll do it again, so I'm guessing we'll get another opportunity yet. I don't want to jinx it, but I think this might have worked out just about perfectly. We got the other male, and I only see 2 other ones coming back, and to be honest, we shot that one a couple of times as it was heading off, so I don't even know what's left. There may be one that didn't return, but if we can get both of these guys, we should be looking like a, what, 5 or 6 total kill sit here. So what we need to do is try to shoot when one's got his head down drinking, and we kind of almost had a chance there, but this guy should drink first now. So, get that shot off, and that shot off. That's definitely going to be a lung. I'm actually a little worried about the first, but looks like we're all good. I think just for the sake of trying to speed things along here, because I'm wanting to do another run, yet it's about 8 in game, so we'll probably scoot through and try to look at a respawn. So for the sake of not making this video forever long, we'll probably go and claim these 2 bigger 4s that we shot first that I think were decent, and then kind of just leave the rest to, we'll claim them and not put them in the video, because we know they're all going to be silvers like pretty much every other reindeer we've shot today. And quite honestly, I don't have a lot of confidence that either of these are going to make gold either. 300 for that guy, so missed it by about 11. And then this one, I mean, it's got a lot of mass, but yeah, 289. So yet again, a little better on the weights, but just a couple of silvers. I thought maybe there was a chance, but I think ultimately we got, well, what should have been 6 silvers. One is going to be a bronze due to the not so good shooting. It's kind of incredible how we can have what I would describe as, to this point, a pretty good hunt. I mean, we've shot, I think, 10 or 12 reindeer males to this point, but not a single gold. And again, with a level 3 at a max estimate of 157, we know we're not going to break that trend just yet. And kind of got used to using the M1 there, so I wanted to switch back to the 7mm. But there's a couple of spots I'd like to get to. I think here, and then maybe at the big lake, whatever we can cover before 9 o'clock. And then, like I said, I'd like to do another run through and at least maybe see if we get any decent respawns from this. I would like to think that if there are so many kind of average to below average reindeer, maybe there is a big one out here somewhere, or if there's not, maybe a big one would respawn off of all that. So, like I said, a couple spots to check before we worry about the respawn side of things, but 152 for that guy. Neck and heart shot's kind of cool, but not going to get us anywhere other than one new respawn for the next run, hopefully. I can't say I'm surprised. We have 2 more level 3 reindeer here, and there's actually an opportunity for more to be here, and this is one spot that we've had decent success in the past. Now, the difficult part is going to get that guy's outline to show. We can make that shot with a 7mm. The one on the right is far enough away he will not have heard that shot, so once he lifts his head, we can hopefully just do the same thing to kind of cut down on the amount of tracking we got to do. So, might have been a little too high for a hard shot, but that's going to be double lung. And the thing that I like about this spot, and a thing you can do in a lot of locations with multiple drink zones at the same lake, is by placing our tent down in here, there's a reindeer zone which shows here, but it's a little closer to the tent. And as we kind of run across, we'll start to see them spawn in around the time we get to about 200 meters from where they are. So, because they're not spawned in, they don't hear those shots, they don't spook, and it allows us to get more reindeer from the same lake. So we're going to keep on backing up, and eventually we should see them spawn in. They are actually spawning in now, way back in the trees. It looks like they're a little more spread out than normal, so it may take some kind of looking around, but hopefully there's a male in there for us to get a shot at. In the meantime, one of our level 3s is down right here, the one that we dropped in its tracks. I'm still trying to look up there. I know there are a couple of reindeer that we haven't spotted yet, because I've only seen the 2, and I bet there are more than that. But I think for once, it's kind of gotten the opposite of what I expected. I talked about, kind of early on in the video, the northern part of the map being one of the most difficult areas to hunt for reindeer, and it was all pretty smooth sailing. This time though, all the difficult hunting has been at the lakes that usually are pretty easy to hunt. There is, though, a pretty decent male in there, unfortunately. Max estimate of 309, and I wouldn't be shocked if he scores 309. That does mean he's going to be a silver once again. Actually, there are 2 males, so we can try. I mean, that's tough when they're hidden in there like that. So that guy's head's going down. Can make that shot. Ooh, that's going to be close. We hit him with that follow-up, and actually we got lungs with that follow-up. I believe it was about a 200-meter shot, but the drop on the M1's not that bad. There must have been a rock or something in the way to keep that shot from impacting, but I mean, that's why we carry the M1 in these situations, whether it's a quick follow-up that actually hits, or when a shot kind of goes south, whether it hits a rock or a tree or something, the ability to kind of make a correction that quickly can sometimes save you a lot of time by getting that animal down, and we definitely got him. 2 more, but again, 2 silvers, unfortunately. There is no doubt that we got lucky there. This was the one that we got the follow-up shot on. It was, I mean, 242 meters, maybe we were just too low with that initial shot, because we kind of aimed down by the heart, but just because we were so far back, it was top of the lungs and the vertebrae, and it's kind of looking like that ended up being a better shot than the first one, because he definitely ran a little farther. The fact that we got the vertebrae in there may have been the difference. I don't know that we aimed that high for him either, though, so it could have just been like a single lung. We'll find out here shortly as we go ahead and pick him up. He was a 303 score, which I think makes him our best, and it was in fact a single lung at 245, so I mean, I guess getting better. If this guy had any tines, he's just kind of like an empty frame, he probably would have been a gold, but like I said, kind of moving in the right direction. We still got some ground to cover today. Well, of course, it's in about as difficult a spot to actually get a shot at as possible, but finally one that should be a gold, next to another kind of decent level 4, but one that's probably going to be silver. So the only way I see this working is kind of using the 22 strat to alert him. It's like 350 meters, but in the brush, if we get any closer, he's going to be nearly invisible, so that part worked. We're going to go to the 7 mil because it's pretty flat shooting, and since he kind of faced us, we had to keep that high so that the drop would get down into the lungs. I'm hoping that that would have gotten him. I don't know if it was too high. It must have been. Now I kind of hope that doesn't bring him down. In the meantime, I'm not sure the other male actually spooked, although I don't see him, so maybe he did. Some of the females hung around. We still have a chance. He's kind of coming back wounded. I want to see. Okay, his health percentage isn't that bad. We can maybe still get both of these in what I would call a less than conventional way. So he is dying. We're going to take that shot before he goes anywhere. Oh boy. I don't know about that shot either, actually. Alright, go figure. The one that I thought was going to be not good enough worked out fine, and the initial one, the 350 meter shot or whatever it was not good enough when I thought it was, so we got them both. We should have our gold. Not the most conventional way, but just about fitting for a hunt that's kind of gone so slow as far as good-sized reindeer goes. I am kind of worried now that I think of it that we somehow could have hit this guy in the skull. We did not. Okay, good. We almost shot him directly in the neck. If we were a little further right, that would have been actually only a 312 meter shot, so I guess that was really the big kind of issue there. And then left lung there with the M1, and the other one shouldn't have gotten too far. It was a vital hit, somehow. And what I really want to know is where this shot impacted. There is nowhere to look up in the sky for this one. Just kind of the outside of the right lung, so I guess that worked out. 301 for that guy. Couple of better scoring reindeer, and finally, we got ourselves a gold, but hopefully we can build on that. It's 921, so odds are we're not going to see any more. We'll try to maybe see if we can catch any leaving their zones. But I think it's about time for a second run through, and like I said, hopefully an opportunity to check respawns, and I'm hoping something good will have came from the, I think about 18 or so that we got during our first run there. I intentionally saved this area for last for this video because it was the place where, I think 2 hunts in a row, we actually did shoot rare reindeer, the melanistic from last time, and a piebald from a Twitch stream a while back, and it's no wonder there were no golds anywhere. There are, I don't even know how many bull reindeer in here, and I see 2 probably definite golds and 1 that might make it just barely. So we're gonna go ahead and call everything out. The wind is not good, but we should still be able to get 2 of them ideally, and maybe depending on what direction they run, we could get a 3rd shot off. But just to show it, it's this area up here, like a little lake north of the biggest lake in the northeast, and I mean, I have never seen so many reindeer here, but what tends to happen is that we kind of get over here and spook them. So yeah, now that I'm looking at it, there are 3 guaranteed golds, maybe even a 4th one. I mean, no wonder it was so difficult today. It's a refreshing sight, honestly, after, I mean, seeing nothing but below average reindeer all day. One of these guys went up to 400 something. I don't even know where that one went. It must be, yeah, that one's up to 419, so he's probably the best. If he had the double shovel, he might be that small 5 rack. And to be honest, I actually don't know now about getting 2. I guess if we do it that way, but it wasn't the 2 potential golds. Of course, that guy is going to make it difficult. If he would pick a direction, maybe? I think that might be a lung. And then this is the other one that I wanted to get. I'm not so sure we're going to get an opportunity at that. It's going to be tough, and actually, you know what? I don't want to delete this zone, and we did kill 3. So we'll let that one go for next time. And we're going to have to kind of change our setup. So I have the tent here, and I walk backwards. You can see where I picked up this track to kind of get them all to spawn in. So maybe if we had the tent, looks like there's a little hill here. We could start there and then walk down and kind of see them from a distance, and we definitely have to place a tripod. There are so many here. A 341 gold, which might be our best. This little guy was kind of our just random get a second one. And then I think, yeah, it's Vital Blood. We should have gotten a second gold there too. One of those situations where the Bloodhound is actually quite useful. There's just so many tracks from the amount of reindeer in here. I couldn't find the blood tracks and figure out what direction this guy went in, but I think it might have been a pretty good one as well. Kind of an odd rack shape. 344.1, so a couple of 340s now today, and it was stomach liver, but enough to get 8 golds. I mean, kind of a good way to wrap up. It felt like we just weren't getting anywhere as far as golds, but it makes a lot more sense now. There were just so many good sized ones kind of all packed into this one lake. So like I said, we'll have to kind of redo our setup for next time, but I'm actually kind of encouraged, especially based on this lake and the fact that we were able to get some golds towards the end of the original run. So definitely looking forward to getting out here again. I feel like we should be able to do this, and I really do think I want to replace that leucistic. It's a really nice reindeer, but it was shot on the old system. The trophy rating's like 70 different. So much is different now. I just kind of want to keep all one theme, so I think we are going to continue working towards that. And what I saw today, I feel like it is going to be doable. But anyway, that is going to do it for this video. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.